A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. As the clock ticks down to Election Day, the tension is palpable in the United States as two fierce rivals, Republican Donald Trump and Democrat Kamala Harris, embark on a frenetic final campaign blitz. Both candidates are focusing their efforts on the must-win state of Pennsylvania, a battleground that could determine the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. Trump, seeking a dramatic return to the White House, has boldly promised the landslide victory, while Harris, hoping to make history as the first woman president, claims that momentum is on her side. However, the latest polls indicate a deadlock, reflecting a deeply divided nation as voters prepare to cast their ballots. The stakes are high, not only for the candidates but for the future of the country, with global implications for conflicts in the Middle East and the ongoing war in Ukraine, as well as pressing issues like climate change. The race has been marked by dramatic twists, including two assassination attempts against Trump and Harris's surprising late entry into the race after President Biden's withdrawal in July. Today, Harris will spend the entire day campaigning in Pennsylvania, culminating in a high-profile rally in Philadelphia featuring pop superstar Lady Gaga. Meanwhile, Trump will traverse North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, where he will hold dueling rallies in Pittsburgh, underscoring the critical importance of the state in the electoral college system. Both campaigns are encouraged by early voting numbers, with over 78 million ballots already cast, representing nearly half of the total votes from the 2020 election. The closeness of the race reflects stark contrast between the two candidates, whose visions for America could not be more different. Trump, at 78, is aiming to become the first convicted felon to reclaim the presidency, while Harris, at 60, is making an astonishing rise to the top of the Democratic ticket. Key issues are at play, with Harris banking on abortion rights to sway female voters, while Trump focuses on immigration and the economy, labeling his political opponents as the enemy from within. The campaign trail has seen both candidates engage in a variety of tactics to reach voters, from raucous rallies to podcast interviews and even stunts like Trump riding in a trash truck and Harris guesting on Saturday Night Live. Trump's rhetoric has grown increasingly dark, with statements that have raised eyebrows, such as suggesting he wouldn't mind if journalists were shot and making unfounded claims of election fraud. His supporters rallied behind him as he proclaimed, "Kamala, you're fired," during a rally in Georgia, reflecting the charged atmosphere of the campaign. There are rising concerns about potential unrest following the election, with some states activating the National Guard and providing panic buttons to election workers for safety. Harris, buoyed by recent polls, told a crowd in Michigan that "we have momentum, it's on our side," and she is actively courting the Arab American community, promising to do everything in her power to end the war in Gaza. As both candidates roll out high-profile surrogates to bolster their campaigns, Trump has enlisted tech billionaire Elon Musk, who has been giving away $1 million to registered voters, while Harris has called on the star power of former President Barack Obama, former First Lady Michelle Obama, and singer Beyoncé. Outgoing President Biden, however, has been noticeably absent from the campaign trail since a gaffe in which he referred to Trump's supporters as garbage. On the eve of Election Day, the race remains too close to call, with opinion polls indicating a neck-and-neck competition in key battleground states like Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The candidates' contrasting appeals reflect a polarized nation, with Trump employing increasingly apocalyptic rhetoric while Harris warns that a second Trump term would jeopardize American democracy. Control of Congress is also at stake, with Republicans eyeing an easier path in the Senate while the House remains a toss-up. As millions of Americans head to the polls, the final weekend has seen both candidates barnstorming swing states in search of every last vote. Trump's final rally was held in Grand Rapids, Michigan, while Harris held twin rallies in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. With more than 80 million Americans having already voted, the nation braces for an uncertain outcome that could redefine its political landscape. No matter who emerges victorious, history will be made, as Harris would become the first woman and first woman of color to win the presidency, while Trump would be the first president to serve non-consecutive terms in over a century. As the race reaches its climax, the eyes of the world are on the United States, waiting to see who will emerge as the next leader of the free world. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, So hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.